Breaking. Trumpist. Goody just exposed secret society plotting Trump assassination. It should come as no great surprise that President Trump has a lot of opponents in Washington. To be fair, they made their positions clear long before he took office, and have been sticking to them ever since. The opposition was made even clearer with the Russia collusion investigation that has been launched and drug out for the past year. Many of us hoped that even though the left was violently opposed to President Trump and many of his policies, they wouldn't actually resort to violence to silence him. We might have been wrong. It's a perfectly legal recourse for a party who doesn't believe in a candidate or president to check him or her out thoroughly and see if there are any inconsistencies that can be exploited for the purpose of removing them from office. What isn't perfectly legal is having forces within the Justice Department set about falsifying evidence, or withholding it from a congressional probe, but that is just what's been happening. The FBI was supposed to be investigating President Trump's campaign, but when it became clear that they were compromised, Congress started to investigate some of the members of that special investigation. What they found was proof positive that many laws were broken in an effort to keep President Trump from office. Leading the charge against the injustices in the FBI's former prosecutor and current Representative Thurgood Goody along with Representative John Ratcliffe. According to Real Clear Politics, they informed Fox News that this information could spell the end of some careers on Capitol Hill. Reps. Thurgood Goody and John Ratcliffe join FNC's Martha McCallum to talk about another newly released text message between FBI agents Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. This time, Strzok implies a secret society of federal agents worked to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. It is possible these text messages that are missing, perhaps they really were lost. Perhaps it is another strange coincidence, Ratcliffe said. It is harder and harder for us to explain one strange coincidence after another. We know that Strzok and Page had an intense anti-Trump bias, he said. And that's okay, so long as they check it at the door and do their job. We learned today in the thousands of text messages we have reviewed, that perhaps they may not have done that. We know about this insurance policy that was referenced trying to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. Ratcliffe continued, we learned today about information that in the immediate aftermath of his election, there may have been a secret society of folks within the Department of Justice and the FBI, to include Page and Strzok, working against him. I'm not saying that actually happened, but when folks speak in those terms, they need to come forward to explain the context. About the secret society, Gowdy said, you have this insurance policy in spring 2016, and then the day after the election, what they really didn't want to have happen, there is a text exchange between these two FBI agents, these supposed to be fact-centric FBI agents saying, perhaps this is the first meeting of the secret society. So I'm going to want to know what secret society you are talking about, because you're supposed to be investigating objectively the person who just won the Electoral College. So yeah, I'm going to want to know. The evidence that these two bring paints a scary picture as to what has been happening behind closed doors. We trust those in law enforcement to look out for the best interests of the nation. This is just the opposite, they seem to be looking for their own best interests, and the laws and will of the people are no more than an afterthought, or a punishment to be avoided. According to your newswire, the Inspector General also discovered that the FBI failed to preserve 5 months' worth of Strzok-Page texts for a crucial period in the Russia investigation, from December 14, 2016 to May 17, 2017. Considering the explosive information revealed by Gowdy and Ratcliffe regarding one of the text messages, it has become clear the FBI is attempting to cover its tracks. Gowdy, the chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, vowed to investigate the text messages further. I'm going to want to know what secret society are you talking about because you are supposed to be investigating objectively the person who just won the Electoral College. I'm going to want to know, he said on Fox. In a tweet on Monday, Ratcliffe said that his review of the Strzok-Page texts revealed manifest bias among top FBI officials against Trump. The DNC pushed for this investigation into Russian collusion, and it was the worst possible move they could have made. From the perspective of the mainstream media or any of the powers that be in Congress, they could have carried on and hinted and pushed the narrative without the investigation, but they didn't. They were just so sure that he was guilty, so sure that he had to play the same dirty, colluded game that they were playing, that they had to have transparency. Well, they got their transparency, and when they did, we all got to see the dirty underbelly of how the liberals fight their political battles.